All right. This is not a video I want to make. This isn't a video that you want to make.
Yeah, but I seen it coming.
I mean, we both did, I think.
Yeah. I had a bad feeling today.
Yeah, me too.
As almost last time being like kind of the way it was going to go.
Yeah.
For sure.
So just to break this down for everybody that doesn't really understand what's going on. So we had an artist. His name is The Real Kid Rose, or Kid Rose. I'm not exactly sure what he wants to go by. He's not necessarily here to defend himself.
True.
But he was supposed to be here about 3 weeks ago when we dropped our episode with Ayo.
Yes.
And Ayo came and filled his slot. He was supposed to be here 3 weeks ago.
Shouts to Ayo.
Shouts to Ayo.
For, coming on a short notice. So
Yep.
that was definitely dope. But the way that he didn't, or the Kid Rose didn't give us ample time to get that set up, it wasn't.
We had to shoot it on a different day. We shoot these same time, like every day,
100%.
Same day.
Yep.
So we had to move that around. I had to move my whole work schedule around.
Yeah.
I mean, you were in school,
finals.
so like it was a whole ordeal.
Yeah.
So he missed that episode, and I texted him, and I'll put a screenshot up on the screen here with me and my conversation with him. I said to him, I was like, look, this is not how I operate. This is not what I do. Listen, I'm going to have to cancel this episode for now. If for some reason there's an opportunity for you to come in, I'll let you know. So about a week ago, I messed up on a scheduling conflict, and I had an extra slot. So I texted him about 2 days ago. I said, hey, look, I have a slot open for you on Sunday. Do you want it? He said yes, and you can see it here on the screen. I'll put it up then. And I said 6:30, don't be late. And his response was, I'm a grown man. See you then.
Yeah. Verbatim.
Here we are.
That's what it is. Yeah.
It's 6:50.
Yeah.
6:55. And look, it may seem stupid for me to sit here and be like, oh, 6:55, no. We've given this kid a chance.
Mm-hmm. This is now the second chance.
This is now the second chance.
The same thing has happened. And you even try to contact him at 6:30.
I hit him up. He didn't. He went ghost.
Open, yeah.
Completely ghost.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate because I really wanted to pick his brain as
He's
far
young.
as the music. Exactly. And I wonder how much of that is a part of this. I wonder how much of him being able to get out here is a part of this, because I remember the ride conflict was an issue at first, which who knows if that was the real reason. Maybe he just wasn't prepared.
It shouldn't have been, because I want to make this detail very clear. I planned that episode
100%.
a month in advance.
I know. Yeah, I know.
But you planned something a month in advance. I hit you up 2 weeks before. You say you're still good for that timing, and you can't fucking make it?
Yeah, I would be mad too. I probably wouldn't have handled it the same way you did. I think you very respectful to him.
No, but I think I need to look. There's things I wanted to say on this episode. I'm going to say some of them now, and I'm going to just kind of break it down for you. Look, if you're young and you're out here in a small area or anything like that, what Nick and I do, what we're here to do every single time we get on here is to help you guys grow.
Easily.
Because we want to see that community continue to grow. If you miss an opportunity like that with us, and we're just being honest about our platform, here's what happens, man. If you start getting to a point where, you're only looking for the big opportunity, you're going to fail.
It leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Especially when you go on Instagram every single day and you say that the city loves you and that these people care about you and that, only go, like, look, I manage an artist who's going to be performing at the same exact event that he's going to be performing at. And you're telling me I'm watching this and I'm saying that, no one else should come to the event because, you should come watch anyone else except for you. It's going to be the best because of you.
Yeah.
That's the type of shit that you're saying. This is the same shit that we talked about last season.
Yep.
And you know what? I might even throw a clip in there. That's why I think you need to be careful. Is because you've only been in this grind for so long, and somebody's going to come and get your neck on that.
Like
I promise.
No, I have.
Between this 16, 17, 18 age, you have to be careful.
Definitely.
Because someone's going to come and get your neck on on some of the stupid shit that you're doing early, and you're not going to have anything to go for it. You're sitting here saying you're one of the biggest artists in the city. You don't even have a SoundCloud attachment to your Instagram profile. How am I supposed to take you seriously as an artist if you can't even map that out?
Yeah.
It's a detailed-oriented thing, and all we're trying to do is help kids. And what bothers me is that this now makes it look to other people like we talked about this whole conversation with the mayor. Just this sounds weird, but we want people in this area to take what we're doing seriously and what you're doing seriously as an artist.
So you got to take every opportunity.
Exactly. This is why it's
just
failing.
Shows drive.
This is why it's failing, because people aren't showing up. People aren't like, there's artists out here that just want to do this because they want a little bit of clout.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, man. You went and you got face tats, and you're doing your thing now. Okay, cool. But you have nothing to show for your character.
Yeah.
We had last week. One of my is actually probably, I don't know. It's gonna take a lot to top the episode last week for me with Ricky, because he was in here as with a persona that he has. He was able to come here. He was able to get here on time, and he was able to answer the questions that we had, even though we had a difference in opinion.
Definitely.
And even though he knew that he was going to be in a situation where he was going to get pressed with some hard questions, because people know what we talk about.
100%. He had elaborations on every single question.
Exactly.
And that's really what we're looking for. Exactly. So if anybody is watching this and you really want an idea of the criteria that we look for, look at some of our last episodes. Really look at the content of what we're putting out and the things that they're saying, with the exception of a couple of them. But even still, those ones are important in their own ways. Yeah. Like the Slash God one.
Exactly.
That was very important.
Very important. Guys, look, we work really hard too. We have so much going on. I don't have time for this. Nick doesn't have time for this. Nobody else should have to worry about. Look, one last thing, because I know this is getting longer than I really wanted it to be, but I'm going to say this. Take the podcast, take the interview piece out of it. You have an artist that wants to work with you. You're about to get bank. Put him in this position. Kid Rose, if you're listening to this, I'm going to put you in this position. You have a feature that you really, really wanted, that you paid for, or you set time aside for from your busy schedule, which you claim to have. Yeah. Right? How upset would you be if that person wouldn't show up on time?
Or show up at all.
Or show up at all.
Yeah. No, I'm 100% with you.
Because you just lost a piece of your... It is.
This is business. And that leaves a very sour taste in people's mouths, especially in a small community. I mean, think about the things that we say, and now everyone else says them.
Yo, there's a lot of... regardless of what you think or not, people watch this shit, and people are paying attention. It doesn't matter. Like, after this, I'm going to hop on Instagram and explain the whole situation there. But
yeah, I think you should.
I will. Yeah. But this is... I want to see, if I had an opportunity like this when I was young, or if anybody else that I work with, I tell you for sure, anybody like fucking Nike Man, who we had last season, Charles is another example.
Awesome episode.
Anybody that we have interviewed on here who has been working at this since they were from the bottom would have taken an opportunity like this from this area, and I'm sorry that you missed out on that. The Kid Rose, man, I will see you at Winter Jam. If you want to have a conversation with me, that's where we'll have it. Thank you. Have a great night, guys.
Absolutely. Peace.